Folks, grab your nostalgia, maybe a warm drink, a few tissues if you need them, because we're going back in time to think about what we might have wanted to keep around or might not. We're going to look at some old tech and whether or not it should be some modern tech or if we should have just left it in the grave. Let's find out what comes back to life in this episode of the High Tech Podcast. Okay, folks, we are here in the High Tech Podcast. This is one of your two hosts, William Illingworth, joined by my co-host, Joshua Swartz. We're here, we're alive. We both had quite a week. We're just making it work. If you haven't yet subscribed to all of our things, head over to the socials at High Tech Pod or at High Tech Podcast to just follow us, like, subscribe, retweet, comment, do all the fun things. I saw we had a video out yesterday, which was great. We love when Reels come out and are advertising our presence.
Yeah. I was like, you mean our episode? That also dropped yesterday.
Monday or yesterday. It was one of the last 2 days.
Chris posted a reel. Yeah, for us.
Love that. If you want to be involved with the podcast, you want to come on, you want to talk to us, interviews, etc., you want to sponsor us, Marvel, hit us up. Inbox at hightechpod.us is the email address. And then every single one of our episodes has an episode page on our website, hightechpod.us. We just got a renewal reminder that it's going to get more expensive. Yay. But that's all right, because you're going to be a club member by then, helping defray the costs. Please? So, that's the entire intro and advertisement to get people engaged. All right, Josh, we are going to do kind of one of those throwaways that we do from time to time. And I don't mean to say throwaway in a bad sense.
I call it fun. We're taking a break from the hard-hitting journalism of the High Tech Podcast.
Thank you. Well said.
We're just...
In the world of hard-hitting journalism, we almost brought you a topic tonight that after we began to research it, I was like, this is sus.
Yeah,
so
we weren't entirely sure it was legitimate, so we're taking a shift, if you will.
We are journalists. Thank you very much. We have ethics, and we respect ourselves.
Other people other than journalists have ethics. I guess not a lot in 2026, but like we have some.
He said it, not me.
Yep.
So the bit for this episode, we are just gonna take our ties off, relax a little bit, have a couple of laughs, because
we're gonna time travel, if you will.
Go back in time. Yes, just like, well, yes, I guess they have in Marvel. They have done this, but you wouldn't know what that's referring to unless you're in the club. So go subscribe. But yes, we're gonna do some time traveling. We're gonna look back. We're gonna do some nostalgia. But we're gonna say, like, if something that we once loved. Let's just throw out...
Zanga was on somebody's list.
This is a technology that once was in the limelight. So many people used it. Everybody loved it. It was a core social media in the proto-social media era. But I don't think anyone uses it today. I'm not even sure if it still exists. Let me briefly...
We just offended a whole subculture. There's probably a Reddit for Zanga somewhere and we don't know about it.
Zanga 2.0 is here. Please excuse the dust while we launch Zanga 2.0. So we are going to take an entire episode here to just discuss all of these tech things.
To dream. If we could time travel and bring back one precedented thing that's already existed, and we feel the world would be better with this technology back in existence. That's kind of what Will and I are trying to do.
Now, to get us going on this, I'm going to throw myself out there with the first one.
Okay, good.
Because I have been roasted about this for my entire adult life.
Rightfully so.
Nope. Don't do that. Since my first cell phone, I have always, and to this day I still am, you hear me well, and you hear me now.
Wait, you're still using it?
I would if I could. I would if I could.
I thought that wasn't a thing anymore.
I'm gonna find out right now. I am a diehard and lifelong proponent of the T9 texting keyboard. Let's see if I can get a T9.
Yeah. So let me explain this for a second, because Will, to make us feel old, okay?
There's like 5.
Yes. So to make us feel old, I was explaining to our department assistant, like T9 texting somehow came up. And our department assistant didn't know what that was. I had to explain to her. I had to explain to her what T9 texting was. Like, Will, it was like I was talking to somebody and explaining to them.
Had she ever been to a Blockbuster?
Yeah, it was like I was trying to explain to somebody playing jacks next to the soda fountain. You know, like that's what it felt like. It was like Is this archaic? So real quick, those listening, if you're Gen Z and you don't know what this is, or you're a millennial and you just didn't do this, I guess, or if you're older than that and you were still stuck on your house phone, whatever those are, T9 was a model of texting where before we had full QWERTY keyboards, like full being able to type just letters, you had a phone keyboard that was just
with
the numbers.
10 numbers.
Yeah, 10 numbers. And so under those numbers, you would have letters. So if I remember this correctly, right, because it's been so long, if you hit one of the numbers and W is the second letter, if you hit that twice, you get a W, and then you'd move on to the next letter, right? So T9, that was T9 texting. The 9 coming from the fact that you had the 10 numbers that you were, really nine keys that you were working off of to use.
To write the word hey, H-E-Y, you would have to type 43999. You would have to hit 9 3 times to cycle from X, Y to Z.
Yes.
So 4399 gave you the word hey.
Yes.
Yep.
So that was how, in the early days, when texting was first a thing, that was how all of us texted. Okay,
we all did. Everybody had a level playing field.
That was what it was. And then you had some phones like the Sidekick, the BlackBerry that started coming out that did full QWERTY keyboards, right? And so that was a luxury, right? If you had one of those, your parents had money. Your parents for sure had money, or they didn't, and they just had a big credit card bill. Yeah, whatever it was. You were living the life if you had those. So then you fast forward to college days with Will, where by that point we all had smartphones. We all had regular size. Most of us had smartphones. We all had regular, QWERTY keyboards. And Will argues to this day that the T9 texting model is the best texting model. Is that still you stand by that to this day? Is that what it was?
Judge Josh, are you ready for my defense? Are you ready?
Yep, I'd like to hear your defense. Yep. Even though I've known you for a long time and I've heard this defense multiple times.
For the record, court stenographer, do not miss this conversation. All right. Today, I still believe, okay? I do. Watch this. Folks, if you're not watching the podcast, what are you doing? Listening like a pleb? Like Steve and like Robin? Come on. Like Justin in your cars listening? I love you guys. Love you so much. If you're watching, if you're just listening, you're going to miss all of this. But if you're watching, you would know that when you hold your phone, there's something about like where all your hands and fingers and stuff go, right? So if I'm one-handing my phone to hold my phone, I have 4 fingers, maybe 3 fingers wrapped around one side. And I've got a thumb available to me. Do you know what that means with the size of most phones? My thumb cannot reach the left side of a keyboard. My thumb cannot reach the left side. And heaven forfend, my right hand is busy and I'm trying to use my left hand. Like you're done.
Because Will's usually fighting ninjas while he's texting. So this is part
Josh,
of the
you
problem.
Just told them all that I'm a superhero? You just told them all I'm a vigilante? Gosh, man. Gosh, I thought my secret was safe with you. Right. So while I'm fighting ninjas and my phone is barely in my hand because it's trying to fall out, and my pinky starts to hurt because it's anyways, all of the complaints I have, okay? Back in the day, my cell phone was this big. Okay, it was about the size of my fan, my light controller. And I could, in one hand, I'm going to change my angle here so it captures it better with the camera. With one hand, I could type like this, right? Just that. My thumb could move across the entire keyboard.
Yeah. You took 12 years to type 4 words, but you could at least type with one hand.
No, sir. Take that back. Do not offend me. We are friends.
Tell us on the High Tech Podcast. Let us know on the socials or in email. Do you believe Will's right? The T9 texting should come back. I don't know that the world would be better if T9 came back. I don't think it would be worse. So I hope that we get more options out there.
This is fantastic. You just made my day. Okay, forget T9. It sucks.
All right, T9's out.
Hey folks, we know you were in the middle of just the best episode of the High Tech Podcast ever, but if you like this episode and everything we're producing, make sure to join the High Tech Club. It's a low monthly cost. We're not going to tell you what it is at the moment because who knows, it could change, but it's a low cost and everything you give to the podcast helps us produce it, whether it's subscription costs or hardware, things that help us make this happen. So you want to be a participant, head over to hightechpod.us. You can get quick and easy access links to our subscription model and join the club, which gives you tons of fun benefits, like no more of these ads. Very simple. More of our faces.
Yeah.
Uncut Josh, right? You're going to get all the crazy things he says all the time.
Yeah. You guys should, like, the last 5 years, folks, I've been saying a lot of stuff you haven't heard. So if you want to hear it, become a club member and you can hear that. That seems like a win to me. And if you want to dictate what we talk about on the podcast, you can do that as a High Tech Club member.
You'll be able to vote.
You'll be able to vote on topic ideas. So, yeah, make sure to become a club member. I think that'd be super cool.
We'd really appreciate that.
Okay. We're gonna hold you hostage here for a while until you do. No, I'm just joking. On to our regular scheduled conversation, whatever the heck we were talking about. I'm sure it was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Back to it.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my first one. Okay, we brought up a list, and I think if I could time travel and bring back precedented times, not
I love this. I do love this one.
Yes. Okay. CDs, burning CDs, mixed CDs in general. I would just bring back that whole structure of music sharing. And here is why. Okay.
Mixtapes.
Okay. First of all, CDs. You had to take time, especially burning CDs. You had to take time to think about how you were going to organize the music. With today's playlists, it's just it's too easy. AI does it for you.
Kids these days.
Right? Yeah. And then you had the art on the CD and the little booklets that you could do, and like you took time to create it and give it to someone, or your own like crafting of the CDs. It was a lost art. And then here's the other reason. My main reason, okay? Because of modern day news, okay? If you're a gamer at any point, you know there's been some explosion happening in the video game world. PlayStation, PlayStation basically said, we're done with physical games. They're getting rid of physical games, okay? Xbox seems to be going the similar route as well. PC's been there for a long time, but that's a different animal. But basically, they're getting rid of CDs in general. And we've seen this happen in music as well, right? While I love having access to Spotify and a whole bunch of things, with the loss of CDs has come the loss of ownership of your music and your files, right? And so I think I miss that world where you bought a CD, you had it. You know, it was also helpful as somebody who was in the music industry for a little while. I know this dynamic. The loss of this income on bands has partially inflated tickets and a whole bunch of things. And so, like, I think we bring that back. Seems like a good time. We can burn CDs again. And I think that lost art would be a nice precedented time to make things feel more comfortable. You know, that's just my thought.
You're not going to get a fight here. Definitely not.
Okay.
What I do think is like part of the process, because why I say that is I generally agree with you. I'm all about ownership, and licenseship is not ownership. You know, it kind of grinds my gears.
Back in the early 2000s, licenseship was not considered ownership. We just slowly, I guess, changed those terms. Yeah, it's fine.
And it's not, anyways. So, so getting into the CDs thing, the thing that I have with CDs specifically as the problem is reusability, right? So one of the things that I really liked when we moved to the USB world and the development of like MP3 players and stuff is I could get something that I could switch out. So my only gripe with that was CDs were so permanent that I couldn't change it. I had to make a new CD, which isn't the end of the world. Certainly not. But
one might argue the economy's falling apart because we don't have CDs anymore. I don't know that's. I have no economic justification for that. I'm going to throw that out there. That's what
ChatGPT said it. You know, that's probably a fact.
Yeah, clearly. I think that's why.
So that's my only caveat.
I get it. I think there's some positives and negatives. I love having access to Spotify and music directly on my phone and a whole bunch of things, and so I don't know. That's just that world, the nostalgia of it a little bit. CDs are starting to come back a little bit. People are starting to use them again, which I think is funny. Just like we were using records, people are starting to use CDs. I will say bands are making a lot more off of records now than they used to in the old days. More people are buying that as kind of like a takeaway from a band. But anyway, I don't know. I just kind of miss it. It'd be fun to bring back. On that topic, Will, your second one is somewhat related to this, sort of, but I'm ready for this one.
Folks, if I could have found a boulder like Sisyphus to get behind and push uphill, I would have pushed this uphill. And you know what? I kind of did. I believed in the Zune, guys. I still believe in the Zune. And I think that it was the premium MP3 player in the iTunes, iPhone, iPad, whatever world. Like we didn't have this
that's
whole.
why I took off.
While Apple was trying to make dozens of different pieces of hardware to like sell you on every 6 months, there was like 2 Zunes, fam. There was the Zune and the Zune 2. And you know what? They both worked, and I liked them. And the one had the scroll. Hey, did you have one?
I used them. I don't know. I would classify them as working all the time. I'm pretty confident they had glitches and problems.
Listen.
This is the vibe.
Computers are computers, okay? They all suck. But this one sucked less than Apple's, in my humble opinion. So I'm a big Zune proponent. This kind of technology doesn't really last today in the cell phone world and this and the other thing. And yet, I'm still tempted to like get a dumber phone and then get the technologies for all the things, so that you really can't get that stuff unless I'm going to go to a museum somewhere and steal its Zune like it's the Declaration of Independence and I'm Nicolas Cage. Like, it just is what it is. So
I'd watch that movie.
Me
I don't
trying
know
to steal
how
a
that's
Zune.
the same level of you stealing things, but it's fine. Here's some of my arguments of why I think you're wrong. Okay, let's just get into that. Okay, first of all,
love it.
Let's just read AI's description of the Zune. Okay, I think that's the funniest description I've ever read, which is Microsoft's brave, doomed iPad rival, squirting songs to friends.
Yeah,
I think that's a fun description. Microsoft's brave.
Can we remember?
Doomed
Can we remember rival. Brave? Can we remember Brave? That was
Okay, and then here's my other argument. Okay, I will give you this: the Zune screen at the time was super cool. It was it was much bigger. Yeah. But look at all music players, Will, that we have today. Okay, do any look like the Zune? If the answer is no, I think that's the biggest fault of the Zune. The problem with the Zune's user experience was just like they were trying to do something creative and different with the player style. But I think that's why it never took off. Like there's some principles in UX design, learning experience design. It's just like sometimes there's just certain ways things should be designed, And like I think that's what iTunes kind of nailed, is they nailed the like player experience on the iPod, because you now see that pretty much across the board on any kind of music player you're looking at. They have very similar styles now, and I think you can point back the roots into Apple's original kind of design for the way iTunes and the iPod functioned as a music player. And I think that I think that was the Zune's biggest failing. I think it was that they tried something brave and creative that turned out was hard to follow. And so it didn't work.
Even today, if there was going to be a Zune 2.0, much like Zanga 2.0.
Yeah, because clearly that's Microsoft's next step. That's how they're taking down Apple.
I would hope someone would buy the IP and like do it their own. Like I would make my own Zune rather than have Microsoft do it, because who cares about Microsoft? And clearly they didn't care the first time about their people. So
clearly not. They did. Anyway. Okay. I'll give you that maybe Zune could make life more fun. Maybe we need more brave tech experiences. Now, Will, my number 2, okay, that I think would make the world better.
Let's go.
In an age of Zuckerbergs, in an age of Snapchat, in an age of Twitter being X, there is one hero that we could go back and find who would bring us back to a healthier internet.
Yes.
His name is Tom. And he's everybody's first friend. That's right. I would bring back, as a precedented time travel time, yes, I would bring back MySpace. And here is why, okay? It's just better. It was better. It was more fun, okay? You could design your page. Back in those days in MySpace, we weren't talking about algorithms or ads. All we were talking about is who is your top 8 and the top song you pick. You know what I mean? Like I long for a day that the world is fighting about our top 8 and not about the news cycle on Facebook. Like
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I think I can't believe this for sure because he didn't get his chance. But I believe if Tom's social media had taken off, we probably still would have gotten ads, but it would have been better. It would have been better.
Okay. Is MySpace still a thing? That's what we checked.
I think you can still go to the website. We've checked this before. I think you can still go to the website, but it's super broken.
It became a lot of, no, it exists. It's a thing. It became music. It's music and videos. Wow.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. It's still here.
Sign up. Join MySpace. Ha! That's hilarious. Join MySpace. The top 2 buttons, Facebook and Twitter, to sign in. They haven't even updated from Twitter to X, so it might not be a thing. That is.
Yeah, I don't know that this is
wild.
still a very functional website.
Yeah, that's
because
wild.
the top songs popping up right now are definitely songs from a while ago. They're not. They're not like "Thinking Out Loud" by Ed Sheeran is one of the top songs.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think this might be. You can upload music though. Is that really a thing?
Aw.
To do that, I need to sign into Facebook, Twitter, and email. Yeah, nope. This has been.
Yeah.
MySpace has been. Anyway.
Rest in peace, Tom.
Rest in peace, Tom. I'm just saying, I always liked MySpace better than Facebook. I think it was a fun social media. You know,
there's no argument on this one. I'm not like it was a good space. It was a good time. I think the top 8 made and broke friendships. Like what a time when it's like, oh yeah, you're not my number 9. You're like the next one after my 8.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, oh, and then like CSS HTML work to try and like bring it to me. I had people who would make it to 6 because there's too many people and like.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, and you customize like in the band days. We had like a crazy
music?
Customized. Yeah, we had like a crazy customized MySpace.
Yep.
We had like thousands of followers on MySpace. It was super cool. It was a good day. Just saying, MySpace coming back, I think, would make the world a little brighter. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Oh, very, very good. Very, very good. In that same time frame of my life that I was on MySpace and Zanga 1.0, everything I did was done on AOL Instant Messenger. AIM, maybe they were also doing some of the bad surveillance stuff that we're dealing with today in all of our chats and stuff, but I really feel like they just let us be. They just gave us chat rooms, they gave us Instant Messenger and said, Mazel Tov. And so we were all out there with our away messages and, again, customization. We had our black backgrounds with green text or red text. We had our, all the different things everybody's doing, the different sounds for your friends or the somebody went away, the door creaking, the door opening, all the different, like, AOL Instant Messenger was just a pure time of engaging with my friends online. No ads, no. Well, I mean, you could probably find weird, creepy old guys trying to do bad stuff, but I didn't have any. It was fine for me. Like, you could play Hangman. You could have the little bots that you could talk to. Like, that's a world that I could go back to. In a world of AI, take me back to AI.
So Will, I guess my question for you would be this, because when we were talking about this on different picks, my argument was, did IM really go away? I mean, Instant Messenger just kind of got integrated into other solutions. You've got Facebook Messenger, you got Teams, let's not talk about Teams, but you've got Slack, you've got obviously successors
Discord.
For specific use cases. Discord, right? Would be a case that I would argue you're getting a lot of what you wanted out of AIM. So is AIM really, what about that tool for you?
I actually already said it.
Than the ones I think I heard it, but I think I clarified.
But I'm glad you asked, because I do want to emphasize the fact that like AOL wasn't making a case for like selling us something. It wasn't an ads thing. It wasn't a subscription thing. I don't think there was an AOL Instant Messenger Plus until like there might have been a Plus eventually, but like it didn't matter. You did not need to pay them anything. You could just chat. And now that I'm saying it, it feels a little naive. Like, oh, nobody was bothering. Nobody was watching my messages, whatever. They might have been. But just kind of like, it was like a pure day. Like today, I'm like, oh, do I have end-to-end encryption? I don't want to use an app that's not end-to-end encrypted. Like I'm worried about who owns the company that I'm trying to chat through. Is it Facebook's Meta WhatsApp crap? Or is it Signal that's a US company? Or is it Telegram that's a Russian company, or is it Proton's products that are a Swedish Swiss company? It's like all that junk makes it so much harder, and there's that paranoia today of like who's watching what I'm talking about. Whether I'm talking about the groceries or not, I don't want someone else listening to my conversation. And in the AOL Instant Messenger days, I didn't have that worry. I was naive, but I don't feel like they were actually using the product at that time to surveil us, to market to us, to sell us.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Because I was going to argue, like, couldn't you argue, like, a Discord is kind of similar in that regard? Like, you've got more
But they've got pay-to-play stuff.
But they do, but, like, you can still basically do... You don't need it. Like, nobody uses it. The only things we ever end up seeing of it is just that stupid Nitro advertisement I get every time I click into something. And with that in mind, this would be my last one that I would point to of what I would bring... If I could time travel back, what I would bring back. Original YouTube. Okay? Oh. I think if I could just go back in time, I would take a snapshot of what YouTube was like in the first like 2 years pre-Google purchase, right? And I would bring it back to all these poor Gen Zers who don't know what they're missing, which was a wild west of videos. No ads.
Yep.
You know, no algorithm, no shorts, just raw, ridiculous videos. Because the world didn't know what to do with a platform where you could just upload videos of cats. We weren't understanding of what this meant. You know, I would bring that back for all the same reasons. Surveillance wasn't a thing back then. You weren't having all this ad and marketing and SEO-ifiedness happening in YouTube, right? It was just simply upload content and see if the mass likes it or not, you know, like that was basically how it worked. And that's how we got things like murderous llamas and ridiculous videos of cats and like Charlie being unhappy after his wisdom teeth, you know what I mean? Like it was just like, it was a different world back then. And I think what I would come to out of all of this, because I know you don't disagree with me based on the reaction already.
Llamas with Hats was 17 years ago.
I know, man. It was a long time ago. It was the Llamas with Hats they're old now. They're
old llamas.
They're murdering in retirement homes. So that's what's happening with Llamas with Hats. So, if you don't know what that is, you can go look up Llamas with Hats. But don't blame me when you go watch it. Anyway, I think really there's a running theme through many of our bring back, if you will. Which is, I think, like, we're really just like, it's nostalgia. There's part of it. We're getting older, right? So it's some of that there, right? But I think a lot of the ones we picked, because folks, for you to understand, there was a giant list that we came up with of just like different tech that no longer exists. And a ton of it Will and I just didn't pick because we were like, I don't care that this isn't here anymore. I'm seeing a running theme between all the ones that we did pick, which is like a different internet. It was a different world, right? There wasn't as nearly as much ads. It was all the tools were about connecting. And yes, there was dark stuff to the internet back then too. It wasn't like everything was great and hunky dory. But it was a different world. You didn't have the same level of corporatified internet that we experience today. Where a lot of the things we get frustrated with what's going on the internet is mostly because it's now companies trying to make money off of the tools that they've released. And again, I get it. You survive as a company, as an organization, but like those early days of IM, of the Zune, of MySpace, of original YouTube, it was just about the thing that you were using, right? It wasn't about how the thing now becomes the thing that captures your data and then feeds the animal that is marketing on the internet, right? Like, and I think that's a common theme between all of ours.
I just want to watch my cat videos in peace. I don't want to think about who's making money or what ads or all the crap that goes around with it. You know, like that's it. I just want to watch Llamas with Hats and have a laugh and enjoy time with my friends on the internet, as opposed to the very real reasons that we have the age verification issues going on and the child protection acts and all this stuff that's truly necessary. We do need to work through these. I'm not a proponent of those laws, but I'm a proponent of us investigating them and going through this, because I think that the internet has changed, and we do need to be careful with where it is today. It is more volatile or more dangerous. I do believe this than it was when we were teens. And if we could get some of that nostalgia, be awesome. But in the meantime, let's do what we need to do to build a better internet and make this safer for folks without compromising that core belief that like the internet represents freedom. And it represents the freedom of speech, the freedom of opinion, the opportunity to be who you want to be and change what's possible, enjoy some llamas with hats, or make blogs on Zanga that no one will ever read. Like that opportunity that's behind us is nostalgic, and yet I also think it's the goal. I wish we could build an internet more like how it used to be, as opposed to where we are today.
Who knew this was going to take a serious turn? That's what happens when you time travel and you bring back the precedented. Turns out unprecedented every day, not always great. I'd take some precedented today. And I think that's what we're looking at. So I hope if you have any nostalgic tech that you think Will and I should talk about, or you think we missed, you're like, I can't believe you guys didn't mention this. It's probably because we ran out of time. We have other stuff that we didn't want to share.
6 things on the list.
Yeah, there's 6 things on the list, but it might be because we missed it. So let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And if you're like, how can I do that? That's a great question. You can email us at inbox@hightechpod.us, or you can find us on any of the socials at hightechpod or at hightechpodcast. We'd love to hear from you. Go check out our website, hightechpod.us as well. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for all the people who've been engaging with the High Tech Podcast over the years and even just recently. We appreciate it. Make sure to go and follow and subscribe if you want to hear more either serious AI content or random musings of technology that should come back. If you like any of those things, you should continue following the High Tech Podcast. On that note, folks, another wrap on another week. Empowering minds.
Embracing tech.
Old or new.
Cheers.
Cheers.